Good evening to one and all present in this online conclave. As we have witnessed for the past 4 days, this conclave is for importing and sharing our intellect and wisdom on the ethics of research writing. And every speaker and the participants have justified the objective in a diplomatic and aesthetic manner. Our first speaker for this evening is Engineer Ravishankar Kumar. Mr. Ravishankar is the founder of IDYM Group of Companies at Gaya in Bihar. He is a mechanical engineer. He has over 10 years of working experience with various industries both in India and abroad. He has done many national and international projects in the field of space technology, hydroponics, robotics, automobile, solar energy, and has received many international and national awards in recognition for his work. He has received the Bharat Gaurav Award for helping armed forces families. With the vision of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he started the IDYM with idea of IDYM group of companies which initiated space exploration programs in all states of India and the 5 union territories, as well as in 52 other foreign countries. During this mission, IDYM has given training free of cost on satellite and rocket technology for millions of students. Sir, we are truly honored to have a person of great caliber such as you amidst us today. On behalf of the management of Muhammad Sadek College and the Cape Comorin Trust, I welcome you. I do hope that your session will illuminate and enlighten us upon the usage of language regarding research. Thank you, sir. I welcome you again.
Thank you so much, everyone, and good evening to each one of you. It's a very great moment for all of us. We are all here for discussing different topics in the field of research. The topic is very interesting for today because we are talking about multi-language, language in research. I will use little bit Hindi and mostly I will be going in English. So the language is always important. When we talk about language, language is the way of communication. If you want to share something to someone, if you want to make people understand, you always we can only say in the language. Like if someone is living in Saudi Arabia, they must know about Arabic language. Someone living in India, they must know Hindi, English, and different state of different languages. So I got this topic from one of the member of this meeting, and language research, because you can see that during COVID time, how we all were facing problem, and there was only one thing which has helped us to connect with each other. That was technology. And today also we are connected with each other is not because of we are in some campus or we are in some college or we are in some universities. We are connected with Google Meet, and that is also comes under technology. And if you want to develop the technology, there should be the research, good research is required. We all know very well that. And if we want the people to access our research in a very good manner, then we have to simplify the research in different languages. Because if you see in India, there are people who has good brain, but they have difficulty in speaking English or reading English. But they have good knowledge, they have good talent. So we have to simplify the things in such a way that when we are publishing something in the market or when we are publishing something for people to use, at that point of time, everybody will be able to understand. And if the more number of people will be able to understand, we will have more innovation. Because just now sir was telling about my profile. In that we have mentioned that we are working on a space and satellite technology. Before 20 or 30 years, in India, if you want to build a satellite or if you want to build a rocket, only people who are very great and who have done so much work in space field, they can make such things. But nowadays, it is very easy. Even students are able to build a satellite of femtosites. How it is possible? It is just possible because of we have simple languages to learn everything. So with the foundation, our foundation, we are also trying to simplify the research work, simplify the technological work, so that everybody can access those things and they can easily build their own satellite. So I'm just telling you the intro part that why the language is important for user to have good improvements. So if a person who doesn't know English, a person doesn't know some foreign language, if he know Tamil or if he know Hindi or if he know Gujarati, if we can simplify the research work in those languages, it will be very, very easy for everyone to access. And the benefit is, even the person who is sitting in the village, he will be able to do something in a very fantastic manner. So we have to simplify the things in such a way that everybody should get easy access of what we are doing, what scientists are doing, what everybody is doing. Then it will be very good for our country development. And today in this meeting, I have my CEO also. She's a very young girl, and she is with us only, and she is the one who is sharing the presentation right now. She comes from Tamil Nadu, Dinu asked me. Maybe in the last moment, she will be able to share some few words with all of you. She is also doing a lot of work for this in the field of research. So, yes, can I have next slide, Denu? Okay. Okay. So, see, when we talk about the languages, it is very much important that when we want to have a global impact of something, and when we want to have impact on every age people, we have to simplify the language. Means importance of today, what I am going to discuss is importance of languages in the age of globalization. How does impact our culture and society, and how does it help in the research? All these things we are going to discuss in the entire slide. And what will be the future impact? See, there will be a great future impact in the coming years, when we will simplify the research work. The people will be easy to, now you can see that government of India started NEP, New National Education Policy. When you go to different schools and when you go to different colleges, if you ask a professor, if you ask a principal, many of them, they are facing a difficulty. They are telling, I'm not able to understand national education policy. What is the reason behind it? It's not that people are not having a knowledge. It's not that the person who is teaching in the college, he doesn't have a knowledge. He have a knowledge, she has a knowledge, but the problem is the lack of communication. The lack of like how the government is trying to send to the people, means user is sending something and how the receiver is going to receive. That's matter a lot. So when you are doing something in research, you have to do in such a manner that when the next generation is going to come, they will be able to easily adopt your work and they can carry on your work. Like I can tell you idea, our team member of IDYM has built one satellite when they were studying in IIT Bombay. So they built it, they launched it, and they left the college. Now they are running a foundation IDYM. But I can tell you one thing, what is the impact of that satellite project? The project got over. They did some research work. They simplify the language. They carry their junior with them. Now what is the impact? They are making another satellite with the help of what research work was done in the past. And because of this, they are going to get another satellite. So what I mean is that if you do the work, if you do some research work, if you do some research paper in such a manner that a user who is going to receive and he may be able to understand 99%, then definitely there will be a new innovation in coming days. So language is very much important in research work. And also, see, when you are going to give a presentation of your work, when you are going to talk in front of 1,000 or 2,000 people, that time the words you are using, the way you are expressing, it's matter a lot. Because when you go for project selections, when you are going to have a project presentations in a different university competitions, or many tech fests are there, or many conferences are there like IEEE and all. So if your content is not up to your expectation, like you think that my content is not that much good, I haven't done that much of work. But if you have a good language, if you have a good language skills, definitely it is going to bring a big impact, and definitely you are going to get something from there. So whenever you are working on a research, you must focus on the simplification of the language. If the language is simple, it is very easy for people to access, and it will have a global impact. It will have an impact of every age group people. Like you can see that a scientist of age 50 years, he is making Mangalyaan for India. Or maybe 30, 35 years or 40 years, he's doing work on some project of India like Gaganyaan. Consider. But even a child who is going to know about Gaganyaan, and if he can understand the language of the research work, what he has done, then definitely that child will be able to access the technical knowledge from his work. And when he will become a young, or maybe sometime in his age itself, he will be able to do something which is going to have a very, very great impact. So what I want to say to all of you is that somebody is speaking, can you please mute them? So you have to simplify the language in such a manner that it should be accessible to everyone. You can take many examples, like I can tell you that if you are talking about like a coding languages. So coding is also a part of research, because you can see that we are building so many smartphones, so many things we are doing with the help of coding only. If you are going to railway station, you are getting a ticket. If you are going to airport, you are getting a ticket. Now we are using pay ATM. So many things are there. So it is all possible because of the coding languages. But you have seen somewhere that even a small student of age 13 year or 20, 12 year is master of coding. How it is possible? It is just possible because of simplification of language in research. When we will simplify the language in research, definitely it is going to help the people to learn in a better manner, in a better way. So when you are publishing some research paper, when you are doing something in research, you must focus on simplification of the language so that it will be accessible to each and every one of you. And I have a next slide, please. Now I just told to all of you that already I have told that simplification of language is very much important, and it will have a global impact. Because see, nowadays we are not like, if we want to do a conference in Tamil Nadu, or if you want to do a conference in Mumbai, or if you want to do a conference in Romania, it doesn't require we have to go to that place and we have to do a conference. See, we are conducting so many conferences. You are also conducting this conference. We are connecting so many people from so many countries, and we are able to share the knowledge to each and every one of us. The reason is simplification. Simplification of the work, because every user of this country or every user of other country, they are also able to access Google Meet and Zoom platforms. And even the small childs are able to make some app which is helping every one of us to connect with each other. How it is possible? It is just possible because of we have simplification of language in research. So we all must focus on, if we want to have a global impact, if you are doing some work in research, you have to focus on the language so that it should have a global impact. Can I have a next slide, please? Technical team. Denul, can I have next slide? Denul, can you hear me? Hello. Okay.
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, now I am just telling to my CEO, she's presenting the PPT, so I just want to, there was some error in that, I was not able to see that. Okay, so that is what I was telling to all of you, that language of research is very much. Can I have a next slide, please? Hello? Ah, yes. And also, see, when we are talking about the languages, not only it is impacting the research, it is also impacting the culture and societies. How it is happening? It is happening because of, see, when you are going to a school, or when you are going to a college, or when you are going to a university. So when you are going to that college or university or a school, what is happening there? See, when we are selecting the, like when we are writing a CBSE board exam, I just give you example what is happening in India. Maybe some people are trying from other country also. So I just want to give example of what is happening in my country, what is happening in our country. So when you fill the form of CBSE, Central Board of Secondary Education, what we are seeing there, we are giving the options to the student that which language you want to choose. You want to choose Marathi, you want to choose Tamil, you want to choose Hindi, or you want to choose English. Why we are giving such kind of options to the children? Because if children will become a scientist, if children will become a professor, if children will become a chancellor, if children will become an engineer or doctor, if he or she is going to publish some kind of work, what he has done, then he should be able to make understand his people in his language, and he will be having a better understanding of the language what he is going to use for what to doing a research. Maybe if somebody is doing a research work and he has published the paper in English, but if you give the same paper to a person who is sitting in the village, will he understand? No, he will never understand. If you give the same paper to a person in Tamil Nadu, he cannot understand. The reason is that he doesn't know the language of English. So if we are publishing the same work in Tamil language, it will be very easy for him to understand. So that is why government have decided that we will give the student freedom of choosing the language, because government knows that after some year or few years, these children are going to be the future of the nation. They are going to build the nation. So we have to make sure that they should have interest in their language, and also they should have interest in other language as well. See, some students are there from Tamil Nadu, and he had the option of Tamil also, and he had the option of Hindi also, and he had the option of English also to choose. Sometimes the Tamil student will choose Hindi option because he want to speak, he want to write something in Hindi. So government have given a full freedom to the children that you have to choose your language in such a way that you will be able to give a better impact. You will be able to give a very nice impact in front of the society. So this is what is very much important, that whenever we talk about research work, it should be accessible to everybody. It should not accessible to only one group of people. Then it will not have a global impact. So you have to make sure that it should have a global impact. It should be very simplified manner, so that whenever we are doing whenever we are working on some kind of some work, that next generation should carry forward that same work. We have to simplify in such a way that. Next slide, please. Okay. So see, I we also can discuss about this part, because see, when we talk about, see, what will be how it will help our development of our brains, because there are small children, and if we are like, if somebody is able to understand only Tamil language or Hindi language, and if we are giving so much pressure to make them understand English, but the child doesn't want to understand that English. That so what will happen is that the problem what he will face, sometime he will face the mental stress. So what we have to do is that we have to make sure that a user who is going to receive our work, he or she should feel comfortable to access the work, and he or she should feel very much easy to carry forward the same work. And he should not feel that, oh, this is a burden, this is something which I cannot do. Because if you see some of the books, when we give to the students or when we give to the some teachers also, they face difficulty to understand why this is the problem. Because we are not putting the content in that language what user is going to receive. You see, when you go to some kind of like you could talk about Newton's second law of motion. When we talk about Newton's second law of motion, equal to mass into acceleration, what happens? What happens is that a child of class 9 student also he want to understand in a bit, he will take some books and he will be not able to understand. What is the problem? The problem is that he doesn't understand the language. He doesn't understand the research work of that particular scientist. So he will tell to the teacher, sir, I am not able to understand, even if the teacher is teaching so many times. So you have to make sure that when you publish some research paper, when you publish something, it should be in a very simplified manner, so that a child should not feel any kind of mental stress. Child should feel very happy to receive such knowledge. Can I have a next slide, please? Okay. So also it helps in, once again, I'm missing something. 1 minute. Yes. Okay. Now see, I have mentioned in this slide that it is easier to learn language when you are young. Language define your identity. Learning another language help us. Learning another language help us to help you to think, help you to think, help you to think in a more creativity. Yes, when you are having good understanding of the language, you will be more creative. The reason is, see, I will tell you one example. You want to make a water rocket, or you want to make a fuel rockets. If the research work is not in simplified manner, see, if I want to make a child understand that you have to make a water rocket, the child will say, sir, this is a rocket, I cannot make it because it's a rocket. But if you will tell to the child that, beta, you have to take 2 bottles and you have to cut it and you have to put it together like this, you have to fix the nose like this, and you can easily put a cycle valve, and you can push the air and put the 1/3 of the water and just pump the air, and the water rocket will go in the air. So if we are telling in a very simplified manner, if we are telling them in a simple language, the creativity will be more. So being a scientist, being a researcher, being a professor, being an engineer, being a doctor, you have to make sure that when you do something, when it goes to the society, the creativity should come more and more and more. One more example I want to tell to all of you. On 2020 year, India was facing a problem of COVID. You all know very well that. But you know that India has developed 3 vaccines in just 6 months of time. And India is the first country in the world which has given 200 crore doses of COVID. Everyone knows that America is number 1, Russia is number 1, China is number 1, but we never recognize that what our country is doing. It is just all possible because of now we have a different device to connect with each other. It is just possible because of the simplification of the language of the research, so that everybody is having a global impact and people are able to do more creativity and in a very fast manner. So this is what I can tell you. Also, when you speak a multiple language, when you talk a multiple language, what is the benefit of that? The benefit of that is we are able to communicate with different people at the same time. Means if I am in Tamil Nadu, if I know Tamil, I can give more impact than if I speak English in Tamil Nadu. So this should be a multi-language person. And if see the same thing, if you want to convey your research work to the people of Tamil Nadu, and you are speaking English, it doesn't make that much impact because people have taste in Tamil. They want to listen in Tamil. So you must talk in their language so that people will get more attracted and they will feel more happy to receive your knowledge. So whenever you talk about a person having a good research work, he should be multi-language person. He must speak Arabic. He also can speak Urdu. He also can speak Hindi. He also can speak English. Because whenever he want to convey his message that what work he has done and how he has done the work, it will be very easy for him to give a good impact in the society by in different languages. So we have to be multi-language person. That is also very, very important. Also, when you publish your work in different language or when you learn different language, what is the benefit? The benefit is that you will be able to understand yourself more. You will be able to understand that where you are and where you have to go. So we have to be multi-language person and we must know the different languages to communicate with each other, to convey our message that what we want to do and how it is going to help the nation. It will be more easier to understand. See, now we have taken workshop for 1 lakh children, 1 lakh plus children. Now we are crossing 1.5 lakh. We have conducted a space exploration program, how to make a satellite and how to make rockets. And we have conducted in all 28 states of India in different language and different people are there. Even in various countries, more than 52 countries, already we have finished our sessions. How it was possible? It was not possible that all time we are speaking English, English, English. No. Because it's a language of satellite. A child cannot be able to understand when we speak fully in English. What will happen? Child will just listen and he will just mute his mic and mute his video and just sit there. Oh, something is going on here. There will be no interest. So what we used to do, whenever we conduct a program in Tamil Nadu, we take one person from Tamil. Whenever we conduct a program in Gujarat, we take one person from Gujarat. Because we will start the meeting with him. So when he speaks in his language, a children who is going to receive the content, they are very happy and they are getting more interest. Oh, that someone is from my state, he's talking in my language. So if you want to increase the interest of the people, if you want to increase the impact of your work, you must have to publish your work in different languages so that it will be easily accessible to everyone. Okay? Now, okay. And also, when we are speaking different languages, it will be easy for understand the different cultures and how the culture is. When we go to Tamil Nadu, when we go to Maharashtra, when we go to Bihar, when we go to Gujarat, when we go to Punjab, we have a different type of people over there. Like somebody speaks in Maharashtra Marathi, someone is speaking Gujarati, someone in Karnataka speaking Kannada. So if we know their language, if we understand their language, we are able to understand their culture. And once you understand the culture, what work you have done in your research, it will give you a good impact. The reason is, see, now I will tell you one other thing, that if we have made a corona vaccine, and if we want to sell that vaccine in the market, that is a research work, you have already done it. And you go to a village in Maharashtra where people are only speaking Marathi, and you are going there and speaking, good morning everyone, I want to tell to all of you that we have made this vaccine and I want people to purchase it. Nobody is going to listen. They will just listen to you, they will laugh at you, and they will just tell that what he is talking, we can't understand. What we are talking, he can't understand. So what he will do, if you are able to speak Marathi, in their state, in their area, then we can easily do a good marketing of our product. If we have done some research work, we have made some product, so we will be able to do a good marketing, so that the sale of our product will increase, and we will have a more profit and more income. So that is the also important from the business point of view. When we talk about business, when we talk about that, yes, India should be number one in this field. So we have to be publish the work in such a way that it should be accessible to everybody. Yes. Next slide, please. Okay. Also, see, research. Then a lot of research has been done in the different countries and different done by different scientists. They have concluded that the research work in different languages has given a more impact. And you can see in the slide I have also written that by language, if you are knowing Hindi or English, if you are knowing Hindi or Tamil, if you are knowing English and Marathi, it has given more impact than if we are having only the work in simple language. So even research work, many scientists have done research on this, many people have done research on this, and they have proved that if we are doing our work in different languages, it has given more impact and more value has come from our work. You can also see that tricky business, I just told you that from business point of view also, you have to go in such a manner that people should be able to understand what you are trying to convey the message. Now see, in this next month, we are going to have a space workshop in Jammu and Kashmir. And you all know that Jammu and Kashmir, most of the people speak Hindi or some of the people speak Urdu. So what we have planned in our team that we have to take some person from a person who knows Urdu, a person who knows better Hindi, a person who knows better English, because and there are some people who come from Sikh communities. So we have taken some person from Sikh community also in such a way that a child who is going to come from that community, he will be more comfortable to understanding his language, and he will be more able to get the idea that yes, I have to build this satellite. If I tell in English everything, this is this one, this is this one, this is this one. So he may be able to find out difficult that something is I can't understand what sir is talking. But if I tell to a person that this is your language and he's going to explain in that, the child will have more interest and child will come to us and he will have more queries and his all queries will be solved in a very nice manner. So you have to be always multi-language person. If you are having a multi-language, you will be having a great impact. That is what I want to tell all of you. Yes, next slide, please. Also, see, when we are having a language, there is one more big benefit is there. Memory power of the child will increase. Memory power of everyone will increase. You know, the reason is, see, if I have to tell, I come from Bihar, Patna. If I have to tell that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I tell to a child in Bihar, beta 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the child will not able to get the idea in a very smart manner. So what we will do, we say in our language that eka ek, due do, tine teen, char char, pache paach, like that we used to say to them. You know why? What is the reason? Because child will have good mental impact and also his memory power will increase. And he will be able to not forget that what we are trying to convey the message to him. Yes, next slide, please. Also, see, it's not important that we are publishing the work and people should read that. Sometimes we have to understand the language of other people, that how they have developed this thing. You have to also understand that where you are and what you do. So a huge mistake I see many language learning making is jumping right into studying a language without figuring out their why and their strength as a language learner. See, this is also very important that before learning some language, we also must understand that what impact I'm going to make. We should not learn any language blindly and just say that I know this, that. No. So we have to also understand that how it is going to give impact to the society, how it is going to impact to the nation. So that also we have to keep in mind. Next slide, please. Okay. Yes, and just I want to say to all of you that I have one or two slides more before I wind up. That if you are doing a research work, see, we have done a lot of research work and we have tried to simplify in such a manner that a old person is sitting in the village. If he also want to do something, he should read our content and he should be able to uh, get the idea that how we have to do this kind of work. So this type of also things can be done by if you are having a simplified language, if you are having a good content of your research work in a different language, so that it will have an impact in the last person of the society. So try to do in such a way that it should be accessible to everyone and it should have a very good global impact. With this, I want to wind up my session. And now I request my CEO, Denul Asmi. Can you hear, Denul? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, Ravi sir, I could hear you.
Yeah, please switch off your video. Switch on, switch on. Sorry,
So
switch on.
actually, I'm not getting ready. You're calling me up suddenly. A very warm greetings to all of you, and assalamu alaikum to everyone, my dear friends, and all the future of tomorrow's nation. Wishing you all a very best for your future. Actually, I'm not getting planned into the session. Just urgently, I was just scheduled to be in the meeting. So feeling proud and glad to be here. So it's not a gratitude to the entire management for calling me up here and inviting me. Honorable Ravi sir, I'm so much gratitude and thank you too for calling me up here. Actually, I don't have a words to say, but today we have a session about multilingualism in perspective of our resource. So language shapes the way we think. Actually, this is what you want to convey. I just want to say that the language shapes the way we think and determines what we can think in the future. So, what Ravi sir is conveying to say, it is just a roadmap of culture. So, it just tells about what people come from and what they are going to do. Different language means different vision of life. Usually, I love learning and I love people who loves to learn. You people are the person who are here to learn. So they are tomorrow's future of the nation. Even just remember the greatest but just a beginner. Wishing you all very best for your future. So no more words to say from my side. Wishing you all very best for your future. The hard work you put, more luck you will have by your side. So every step in your journey might be a good luck. And that's all from my side. Thank you so much for having a great session.
Thank you so much, Denul. And thank you so much, everyone. So, sir, please. Hello? Can anyone of you hear me?
Yes, so we can.
Yes, ma'am. So I have finished my session. So hello.
That was a great session, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
We would like to
Very
invite
nice.
questions from the part of your audience. If any audience that has any questions for our speaker, kindly post them. Would there be any questions, sir?
Yes.
Please ask.
Good afternoon. from Ghana. My name is Ibrahim Haruna, medical practitioner from Ghana. My question goes to the presenter. Doctor, thank you for your presentation on multilingualism and power of language. In all the discussion that you had with us, it was 99.9% positive. That is, you hardly captured on anything negative about learning a multilingual or becoming a multilingual as a researcher. But in one of your slides, you said multilingualism is becoming increasingly common and it can have some positive and negative effects on our culture and society. I am more interested in the negative effects of being a multilingualist. Can you please hammer on this for me? Thank you.
Yes, yes, very good question. Yeah, see, whenever we are doing something in the society, there is something positive and there is something negative. You cannot say that it will be having 100% of positive effect. There will be negative effects also. So it can happen sometimes. See, you come to India, you come from Ghana. So Ghana a country might we have only one language. But if you come to India, we are facing such problems right now that people are not ready to accept the some languages. So this kind of problems can happen, but it is very rare problems. What I am trying to tell to the from this conference that we have experimented it. What we had, whatever I am speaking here, we have experimented it. We have done it practically. Because see, there was a time, even in your country, Ghana, there was a time only the people who have great knowledge, only the people have very high degree qualifications, they are able to only build something like a satellite or rockets. But nowadays, because the language has become so simple in research work, even a child of age 8 to 10 years, they are making a satellite. So this is the benefit of multi-language. Because see, if a person coming from Ghana, he is not comfortable in English, if he is comfortable in his own country language, and if he have done some work in research work in his language, then he will be able to understand easily and he will be able to grab the things fast. And he will be able to make something good for his country. So this is the benefit of multi-language. But there are negative impacts also. That's what we are facing in India right now. Some negative impacts are there because some people are not ready to accept the different languages. That should not happen. But if you see that 99% positivity will be there, 1 or 2% there will be negativity will be there. But it will be good if we are doing our research work in different languages so that it will be accessible to all age group people. It will be accessible to each and everyone. Because we want to make our world more stronger and more brighter. So it will be easy. Because you see, we conduct some conferences and some country people ask to us that, sir, can I speak in Arabic? Can I speak in African language? We said that yes, you can speak in your language because he or she feel more comfortable. Yes, I'm speaking in my language. But what is the negative impact? There will be people in the meeting. If I speak now Hindi, you may not be able to understand. So that is a negative impact. The positive impact is that he or she is more comfortable to speak his work in his language. Thank you. Can I have? Yes.
Thank you for your answer. Excellent answer. My follow-up to your answer you gave. Good. It is very, very true that people can be very stereotyped because they want to protect their culture. Nobody wants to use his left hand to point his house. Or there's a saying that goes that charity begins at home. So whatever you are learning from your infancy, you want to grow with it, learn so that you can fit into society. Now, those who are stereotyped, per your experience, we on this platform, everybody on this platform is a researcher, assuming that everybody on this platform is an international researcher. My question to you is that what practical strategies must be employed by international researchers to conduct unbiased research when we are being faced by stereotyped participants in our various field of work? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Very good question by you. What I feel is that, as this meeting have only researchers are there in the meeting. What I feel is that when we are connecting, when we are doing something from as an international researcher, and if you want to have a good impact in a country like India, you are coming from Ghana, and if you want to your work to have a good impact in India, so the first thing what we have got a topic today is the language. So the researcher should convey his message in the language what this country need. And also I want to tell to all the researchers that if you do some work in some field, like we are doing work in satellite and rockets, so we have simplified the work in such a manner that even a person, even a small child will read our content, he will be able to take the lecture. See, the girl who was speaking to in front of you, all the Nenu Lasmi, she's only 16-year-old girl, but she's addressing so many conferences because of the simplification of the language. And also that I also want to say another message to all the researchers that whenever you do some kind of research work, you have to also see the costing. See, you have done some research work and it has a good impact. I'm not saying that the impact will be bad. It has a good impact. But if it is having more expenditure, people have to spend a lot of amount of money, then it will be not having a great impact on the society. So you have to see from the business point of view also that yes, if we are doing this kind of research and if it doesn't see, if you, I just want to tell you that in India we have made a corona vaccine. It was a great research by Indian scientists. But when the vaccine has to be launched, government told that everybody has to pay 1,300 Indian currency for one vaccine. But people have started opposing the government. So government had to withdraw the order, and the government told that we will give free to everyone this corona vaccine. So sometimes what happens is that when we do some research work, it doesn't have a good global impact. So that also, being an international researcher or being an Indian researcher, you have to keep in mind that what work you do for the people, what work you do for your nation, it should be comfortable with every kind of people. Even a poor person should be able to access, even a rich person should be able to access. So that also we have to keep in mind. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Thank you. I follow up to the answer you gave. So, deducing from the strategies that you gave us, the few ones that you gave us, I can deduce that you are saying that you should employ the services of professional language interpreter, right? As international researcher. If I'm coming to India and I don't understand any of the local dialects, one of the strategies is that I should employ the services of a professional language interpreter, right?
Yes.
Is that true?
No, sir. Sir, can you repeat the things again because I was not able to hear you?
What I'm saying is that per the question I asked you, you gave me some answers, and I'm trying to deduce from the answer that you are giving us by saying that I'm deducing from the answer you gave us, saying that we should employ the services of professional language interpreter. So, for example, a case in point, I'm an international researcher. I'm coming to India to research, and I need to interact with the people. I'm using ethnographic study. What do you call it? Research study, which involves focus group discussion, which is more interactive. It means that I have to employ the services of a language interpreter in India for him to be able to interpret the language for me, right?
Yes. Also, sir,
Is
I
that
want to tell you one more thing, that it is not necessary always that we should know the language of that particular country. See, if you want to make understand something to the people, action is more important. See, I just want to tell you some practical things. a child who is studying in a junior KG or senior KG, a very small child I am talking. So they doesn't understand the language of the teacher. Then what teacher does? Teacher gives some body actions. With the help of body actions, they are able to understand what teacher is trying to convey them. So you have a different methods. It is not necessary that we must know the language of particular region or particular country. It is good to know the language of different countries, but if you are not knowing it, also you can give an impact by different actions. That is what I want to tell.
Thank you. You just made mention of body language or body accent. You know, the fact is that every country and every religion or every culture have unique body language. So I am from Ghana. There are certain body language that we use in Ghana. When I come to India and I want to use that body language, it might be insultive, in quotes, to that particular culture. So from what I'm deducing from you, it is instructive to know that the best method to employ as an international researcher is to get a language interpreter, so that you be within the confines of your research, taking into consideration ethical issues, so that you don't go beyond. You be within your ethical confine or ethical framework, so that you wouldn't infringe on the rights of your participants. You enjoy the full participation. That is what I think.
Yes, sir, your idea is good. That is also a very good idea. And see, different people have different techniques and different techniques to convey the message. So it's always possible that it should be multi-talented person. And it's not like that. See, many people are coming to India from Ghana, and we always used to see them and we always used to talk with them. So there are some professors also coming from Ghana country, and they are very good. They are doing a very good job in India. So sometime starting there is some issues are there, but later on everybody used to get it, and they will feel more happy and more comfortable with the people who come from other country. And this doesn't make much problem in India that a person coming from which country. All feel very happy and very much, So that is not a very much problem. But I feel that it will be okay for everyone after some point of time. Maybe starting there will be some difficulty. Later on, everyone will be, but he will be used to it.
Thank you, sir. Please, what is the most spoken language in India? The most
Sir,
spoken language in India?
If you talk about India, sir, nowadays, because of this corona crisis, we have to interact with different country people. Now you are interacting from Ghana, I am from India. There will be many people in this meeting. They are interacting from different part of the world. So the mostly people are used to now speak English. But most of the state in India, around 18 states in India, we have 28 states in India and 9 Indian territory. 9. Now 2 more has increased. So most of the people speak Hindi. Hindi is the most powerful language in India. But yes, no, it's not like that. Only people speaking Hindi, they are respected. Even we have Tamil language, we have Gujarati, we have Marathi, we have different languages. But if you are coming to India now, and if you want to do some work in India, if you are speaking good English, and obviously other country people, they speak good English, so it will have a very good impact. Now people easily understand it, because most of the school in India now, it is CBSE, and English is compulsory language for all the schools, all the colleges, almost. I can tell you that 90% it is compulsory now. So it's mostly people now try to speak in English, but also they are comfortable in their own state language. So we used to respect every state people and their language.
Okay, thank you. My last question is,
Yes, sir.
Yes, all of us here, assuming all of us are international researchers, we want to do international research. Can you give us at least top 5 international languages that we must strive to learn to survive as international researchers?
Question. Very, very awesome question, sir. I really love to listen this question first, and it will be very great to answer this if I am able to answer this. I just want to tell to all of you that that most of the countries speak English. So English is the first language that everybody has to learn. It is compulsory. The second is if you go to the most of many countries are coming from that Arabian countries, Arabic countries. You can see Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and if you go to that Oman, people speak Arabic there. So if you are knowing the language in the Arabic, it will be very great. The second language I am talking. If you are coming to India, that if you are knowing Hindi, it will have a more impact compared to other language. Other languages are also very powerful in India. Then, if you are coming to India, I'm talking about India. See, and you also know very well that the biggest country in the world is Russia. So we must know the Russian languages because you will have a global, very big impact because Russia is the biggest country in the world. Almost 70 to 80% country people are speaking English. Second language we can choose as Arabic. Third we can go for, if you are coming to India, then you must go for Hindi. Fourth is Russian language. And the fifth is you come from Ghana. And African continent is very much important for this world community. So we must know the African language also. So it will really help to do good work in every zone of the world. That is what I feel.
Thank you very much for your excellent answers. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So, will there be any other questions to our speaker? Can you go ahead? So, I suppose that will be the end of our questions.
Sir, may I,
Oh, yes. Please do.
may I
Please
go ahead?
Yes, sure. You can ask.
Yeah, actually, yeah, this is actually with a kind of a response, a positive response with regard to the lecturer, with regard to the speaker who spoke about the 5 languages. In my language, in my opinion, I think Sir has missed out one very important language, that is Spanish. Because if we
Yes,
look
sir.
at
Yes. Right.
the
Right. I agree with you.
because if we look at the demographical, if we look at the demographical thing and all that, then even we can find that Spanish comes immediately after English, not actually, Arabic. If we look at the demography in the world, the most spoken languages in the world, then Spanish comes immediately after English. So I think
Yes, sir.
you could
You,
have
I agree with
included
you. I agree
Spanish.
with you. Yes, sir. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. Yeah, I missed out.
And sir,
Sorry.
with regard to with regard to your another response which you have given, that you have told that 90% schools in India is actually CBSE and ICSE schools. So, sir, actually, I would like to kindly request you to provide the statistical data. I mean, how come you tell that the 90% schools are actually CBSE? Because most of the schools actually comes only in the particular board, the particular regional board. So regional education
Yes,
comes.
sir. I will tell you. that. Sir, see, what I wanted to mean is that most of the school, 90% I'm talking. Why I'm talking now? I will tell you some example. Right now I'm residing, I used to travel in every part of Indian state. See, the school which is not qualified by, certified by CBSE, they are also following the pattern of CBSE same to same. Like I can tell you
Okay.
example of Kotar franchises. So many of the schools are following
Okay.
that. That is also a pattern of CBSE. I
Okay.
didn't mean that all the schools who is following CBSE, they are certified by CBSE.